Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of Buxton Barrow Man, where I go through Buxton's history and clean up the town at the same time. Today's episode is about listed structures. So if you don't know, in the UK we have this thing referred to as listing, which is when a structure is regarded as having an architectural and/or a historic interest. Structures on these lists are protected by the relevant government agency, dependent on which part of the UK you're in, meaning these structures cannot be extended, altered or demolished without special permission. Some owners of listed buildings are required to upkeep the listed structure, and if relevant maintenance isn't taken out or unauthorised altercations do take place, that could lead to criminal prosecution. Quite serious stuff. Listed buildings in the form we know today came around in England with the Town and Country Planning Act of 1947. This act was built upon similar concepts such as the Ancient Monument Protection Act of 1882, as well as wartime schemes that assessed the potential historical and architectural worth of bombed buildings to determine if a rebuild was really worth it. Now in England, listed structures are also placed into varying degrees of protection, which is indicated by its grade. A building can either be Grade 2, which means it's of special interest, Grade 2 star, buildings of more than a special interest, and Grade 1, buildings of exceptional interest. Now in Buxton, we are fortunate enough to have all three examples in town. The first Buxton video I made was on Solomon's Temple, which itself is a Grade 2 listed building. My previous video mentioned the Opera House and the Old Hall Hotel, both of which are in the Grade 2 star category. And our Grade 1 example is the Crescent, which I'm sure a video will be made in the future. Now these buildings are impressive, however in this video I've interchangeably used the words structure and building. Well, that's because Buxton also has listed buildings that are very much not that. They deserve a bit of recognition too. Buxton is home to a listed postbox, 3 war memorials as well as many graves and churches, gateposts, drinking fountains, a bridge, bollards, and more bollards, streetlights, this wall, steps, these decorative urns, and a whole viaduct. And I respect the decision to list these things. Each have history and cultural value that is worth keeping around, even if it is just a bollard. Now the weather is making it a little harder than usual, but I did manage to clean up. 1 overloaded wheelbarrow full for this episode, so it could be worse. But with that, I hope you've enjoyed, and ta-ra for now.